Hello everyone, this is Freedom Budgets. I hope that you all are having a blessed day. So let's get started on the next step of our beginner budget building. Since we last talked, I've printed out this calendar for November. Since we're at the end of October right now, it's going to be the new month in just 4 days. I decided let's start off by planning this next month and we can work forward from there. I've also gone through all of my history for my different bills that I have, as well as subscriptions, and I filled out these trackers. That way we can see exactly what we have due and when. Awesome. So once you've gone through all of your bill statements, gone onto your bills that you know that you have due and calculate exactly how much you should owe, and the due dates, what you'll do is you'll then transfer that information over onto your calendar, and so we can do that together. I've already starred the bills that will be paid before our next bill payment. So on the 29th, I realized that I had my cell phone bill due. That's not on here, but it is something that I need to keep an eye on as well as budget for when we do our cash stuffing later in the video. After that, we'll have pet insurance that's due. And we'll also have our apartment insurance due on the 2nd. And I don't want to have to double back, so let's put this Verizon bill for the end of November as well. I'll just go along and I'll fill out the rest of the bills that I have due. Awesome, so now that that's done, one thing that I want to point out is the rent payment. Our rent and our utilities are due on the same day. However, because we live in a major city, our rent is pretty expensive, especially if you saw the size of our apartment. So it'll be too difficult to take this money out. What we will do is just leave that in the bank. I'm working on setting up a new account where all of the bills can go. So now that we filled out everything, I am going to do some cash stuffing with some money that I withdrew from the bank in order to pay the bills, as well as set aside the cash that I'll be spending during the week. Oh, there's one more thing. I almost forgot. The subscription tracker. You're going to see a lot of things crossed out because during this last month, I finally was able to take off some of these last few things that I've been paying on every month that I don't necessarily need and don't necessarily use. Setup is actually a really cool app that allows you to have multiple applications that have monthly fees. However, you just pay one flat fee. I pay $60 a year for that, and you can get like hundreds of dollars worth of apps for your laptop as well as your cell phone. Mealime, that was something I used to use to help me come up with my meal planning and kind of go through everything that I'll need when I go grocery shopping, but I'm going to do that using just pen and paper from now on. So I canceled that. I finally was able to use the last of my store credit with Adore Me, and I was able to cancel that subscription. I'm so happy that I'm no longer paying that. It was such a pain in the tuchus to have to go online every single month and postpone them taking the money out of my account until I was able to use up all the store credits to officially cancel them. Amazon, I used to pay yearly, then I switched to monthly, and now I'm wondering if I really even want to have an Amazon Prime subscription. So I canceled that a few days ago. Canva, I signed up for that when I realized I wanted to start doing budgeting, and so that currently is on a free subscription period. On November 13th, I will assess whether or not I want to continue using the pro version of Canva or if I want to switch to the free version. And then I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. And so when I decided that I wanted to share all of these forms I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. And so when I first decided that I wanted to create this channel and share these resources with everyone, for some reason I thought I needed to like set up a website. I didn't realize I could just use Google Drive like I do for everything else. So I signed up for their free trial period with Shopify. That free period ends January 21st. I'll reassess whether or not I want to have this website through Shopify at the end of November, but honestly, I haven't done anything with it. I don't see myself needing it in the near future. So let's add that Canva on here. For my subscriptions, that's the only one that I have that has a payment due in the month of November. So now that that's out of the way, let's keep this out so we can know exactly how much money you want to set aside. I am working on having a zero-sum budgeting system. What I'm planning on doing is setting up a separate account where I can put all the money for bills and things, and then I'll have my cash wallet. But for right now, things are a little bit more all mixed together. For our bills, let's do that one first. I have one lump sum bill folder and what is going to be just my sinking funds binder. And so I'll put the money in here, and then we'll have our savings folder. As we go forward, I may switch from a more streamlined approach to having a more intricate billing system where I'm setting aside money. But for right now, I think this would probably be the least complicated, which means it'll also be the easiest for me to follow. We're going to pay these bills that I'll deposit in the bank tomorrow. And so let's set that money aside. We have, so all these together equals $280. So we'll do 1, 2. Two, 4, 6, 8. There we go. So the bills are out of the way now. Next, we'll do cash stuffing. So this is completely empty. I already took all of the extra money that I had and I added that to the money that I took out of the bank. So anything that I didn't pay for when I first added money to this wallet almost a week ago has been rolled over and it's now here. So for this next week, let's put $20 in for gas / transportation. My husband usually fills the gas tank, but again, because he travels every once in a while, I have to fill it just because, I'm driving around and it's getting low. And then also this is the pot of money that I pull from when I take public transit, since I do live in a big city. Pet, nothing. Health, nothing. I got the things that I needed already. Dining and entertainment, nothing this week. I managed to have a lot of fun this week that's now ending, all while staying within my budget. So I'm actually really proud of that. I'm going to slow down a little bit this week. Next is groceries. So for groceries, let's do 100. 30, 40, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Since I'm still new to cash stuffing and I never really had a budget when I went out to shop and things, I would just check to see if I still had money on my debit card. I have some anxiety about kind of going around town without having enough money. You know, what if the amount that I'm setting aside isn't enough? So I have to work with the person that I am today as I move forward to the person I'll be in the future. So I'm just going to set aside a floating 20 that's not really designated to any one category, but this is really just to kind of soothe my anxieties that if I were to miscalculate the amount that I needed in any one category, I have a little bit of a buffer. So we'll just keep that here for now. So that is it for my cash wallet. And again, we recently have been traveling a lot, so when I got back to town, I had to just refill a lot of our household things, food things. I don't have a lot of shopping that I need to do, mostly just perishables, making sure we have enough green stuff, kale, spinach, all of that stuff in our diet, fresh fruits and vegetables to eat during the week. And honestly, my food that I cook at home tastes better and is way better for you than the stuff that we've been buying when we do go out to eat. So we've paid our bills, we've done our wallet stuffing, and I have an extra $7 left over, so we can put that towards our savings tracker. I've already started to fill mine out from the money that I knew that I had left over from last week, and so I was able to save a full $25. So we're gonna put $7 more towards that. Here's my little cute Beyonce powder puff girl. And then this is just general savings. Later in the month, I'll decide exactly what I want to put this money towards. Okay, so that's 7. So let's fill this out. When I first started to fill this out, I noticed that I was kind of having an ombre effect as I was filling in the little cash bag. And so I really like that, so I want to continue doing that. Let's see here. How's budgeting going with you all? In one of my last videos, I talked about how my husband and I don't have a ton that we have to buy for this upcoming holiday season with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. What about you guys? How are you managing this holiday season? Even for the few things that we need to buy, there's going to be a lot of IOUs. Just because we assumed that I would have already started working and have received my first paycheck before the Thanksgiving and Christmas season. That's cute, right? I kind of went out of the lines. Honestly, I am really happy that I'm getting some use out of these colored pencils. I have a very luxurious, I guess you could say, colored pencil set that I bought during residency. Had a little coloring book that was kind of medically based, and it's geared towards medical students, but I like to fill it out just to kind of relax some days if I had, some energy, was watching TV, but that rarely happened. So I maybe use these a dozen times or so. And so it's actually a very nice colored pencil set. I even have some blenders in there as well. So it's nice to be able to get some use out of it. And it's also kind of a reminder of how out of control my spending was. Did I really need to get such a thorough coloring set? No, not at all. But I'm like that I'm using it. Seeing all these pretty colors makes me really happy. So I'm enjoying myself without having to spend any extra money. Okay. Oh, and then since we have 7 instead of $5, we can halfway fill out this one. So this one, just on accident, I kind of started to go from purple to like a reddish to an orange. So I kind of want to continue to do that, where each row is kind of transitioning along a color spectrum. So let's do a blue that is a little lighter. See here. I think this is lighter, let's see. Yeah, that's lighter. There is a YouTuber that I ran across, I think it was yesterday, and this is like a 16 or 17. I think he's in his senior year of high school, and he's already saving money using the cash stuffing system. And I was just so happy for the future generation. I think I'll list him down below, even though he has more subscribers than I do right now. But I think he deserves, whatever kind of support you guys can give him. Especially with boys, and especially at that age, it can be really difficult to do things differently than your peers. And I don't know any group of boys that is actually interested in being fiscally responsible in their late teens. The only thing that I do hope is that his parents are very active on his page. There are definitely kids his age who are doing less honorable things on the internet, but at the same time, since he is less than 18 still, it is my hope that his parents are very well known. His activities online are very well known to his parents, and they're keeping an eye on the comments and everything. Awesome. Oh shoot, I filled the whole thing out. I was just having so much fun. Okay. Ay. So I'll just have to remember, I'll count the money that I need to add an extra $2. Hopefully I'll have some rollover at the end of the week. So I am so happy that at least some of you all were hopefully able to stay until the end. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful week. I've been checking in pretty frequently as I've been working through my budget and the process of setting up the budget, getting used to a new habit. And so you guys will probably still see a lot of me over the next couple of weeks. I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye.